The pranayama brings discipline to the life. Now, what do you mean by the discipline to the life? How many of you, like, in the earlier, during the new year or sometime, you took resolutions and then you wanted to do something and then you couldn't do it? Or many times in our life, we aim for so many things and then we leave it. Or rather, like going through a lot of, the disturbances, these, that, and so much of all the tamasha. It happens to everyone. And one of the greatest thing that I have noticed is people suffer or like feel bad about themselves because they are not stuck or they are not sticking to the decision that they have taken by themselves for themselves. That's where like they start feeling like low, weak, and all that. Now, what is the approach of yoga or yogic thing to this? Now, let's understand something. We have the breath and we have the prana. Breath is prana, of course. The prana that we have yesterday, we have seen like 5 vayus and the upavayus and all the stuff, the differences. What it is said in the thing is the mind and the prana are very closely connected. In fact, they are one and same, they say. The person, like, a person is there, you go and then, put him in water, like completely. And for like 1 minute, there is no air for him. There is no prana to him. What happens to all his worries, all his tensions and everything? Hell, no problem, right? Immediately. So suddenly there is no problem in the world. The only problem is the prana, immediately to get the prana. So what did it happen? When there is a threat or when there is something problem to the prana, the mind also is not working and it is also in actual threat. All other things are taken care of. I mean, not there actually. So what they say is in the text, if you can bring the balance or controlness of the breath, of the prana, naturally the mind also can be controlled. When you start controlling the breathing, when you start disciplining the breath, the mind automatically gets disciplined. And mind is actually not available to us. Can you show us the mind? We can't show it. Where is the mind? We can't show. But thoughts, worries, so much, everything exists in. So much hangama goes. I did get it, I don't get it, that I like this, I don't know, so much, everything goes in the mind. All raga, dvesha, this, that, and everything, likes, dislikes, all that stuff. And it's like a monkey jumping from here to there, this to that, and the morning this like something, afternoon it has different opinion, evening it comes up with something, and then so many stuff, and in addition to that, other people, these people, what they say, what they put, extremely all these things. Shifting from one thing, right? So how do you control that mind? How do you bring that to a discipline? And the additional 4, shall I tell you something very interesting? All 5 senses are adding fuel to the mind. You saw a beautiful frizz, something, some kind of new TV in the neighbor's house. Naturally, of course, naturally, we tend to feel like we get it that, okay, let us get. Now all the worries, they have that car or they have that fridge or that TV, we don't have it. And we forget about all 99 things that we have in our life. The worry is all about one thing that we don't have. That particular Mercedes Benz 360 is not there. That's the only worry. And we are not enjoying the existing car, which is already there. So mind tend to focus on what is not there rather enjoying and being happy with what is already there. And it is not constant, it is chalam. Or keep on moving. Now, to bring a discipline to the mind, the pranayama helps. By regulating the breath, the prana, you can regulate the mind. Because mind and prana are closely connected. And you start the same kind of discipline that you incorporate into the breath will directly reflect into your life. And when you are disciplined, the quality of the decisions, the strength that you get to implement, to execute what you have thought becomes more effective, more easy. When you are undisciplined, naturally your productivity, your ability to perform, everything comes down, hence creating a lot of disturbances in the mind. So this is how our text or our ancestors have given us the beautiful tools to regulate our breath, our pranas, and they went into very subtle points of all these pranas. All panch pranas, upa pranas, their functionality, how do they work, where do they work, what problems we do get, everything is clearly well explained. And of course, if at all we directly go and read all the text, we may not understand. Luckily, some gurus have brought all these things in very simple form, where we can utilize, consume directly, and get benefited out of it. So this effort is one amongst them. This is mostly the hatha yoga, rather like that the approach of controlling the prana, by controlling the breath, we also bring the discipline to the mind and to the senses. And that steadiness, calmness, settledness is with him. And what is the benefit or result of being disciplined or controlled or steady calmness? Obviously, you all know it. First thing, we all experience beautiful freedom, no matter what is there, what is not there. We get a lot of strength. Right now, so much clouds or so many other things are covering your true potential or obstructing. When all these things, unclarity is gone, when all the disturbances are removed, when you have a tremendous amount of clarity in the mind, your thought, action, word syncs. Hence, you live beautiful life. When the thought, action, kaya, vacha, manas, they say, when they are not in synchronization, mind becomes peace, no peace. So much hell. When these three things are settled in synchronization with each other, the amount of the strength that you get is altogether phenomenal. Right? So now, what I finally want to say is, let us make the pranayam or yogasan or whatever these things. This month we have taken pranayam as a theme, most importantly, and further we will be exploring more about the lungs and the respiratory system, how do they work, and what are the insights from our elders. All those things we will be discussing. Going forward, we do learn so many other things of Brahmari or mudras or many kriyas and so much, and go on. And all that is needed from you is come by 6:15 sharp, so that we can start early and close the session on time. And one day, about 4 hours, you're going to give us for one of the kriyas, maybe on Saturday, that we will see, and I'll update further everything on the same. And let us all get benefited through this beautiful knowledge. So thank you all. Let us do the prayer now and close the session. And the homework for the day, I'm sorry, before closing, you put a notebook and then just start noting 2 questions every day. Right? Number 1, what have you learned today in the class? Or like, what did you learn? And number 2, what changes and impact it has on your life. These two things every day you start writing, and occasionally I do give some questions about the incidents to introspect and to make ourselves, like, to make our life more and more easy and better, to understand actually more about ourselves. You need not to share any of your personal things to anybody, but for your own understanding, you just keep writing the things so that things will become more clearer to you. Let's start with this. And tomorrow we'll also talk about the prana and the food, the connection, if it is possible. Yeah, sit straight, join your palms together, gently close your eyes, inhale deeply, exhale, Omkar. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So you open your